for all my women out there that are going through the dating process or beating yourselves up after every single date that you go out on, trying to overanalyze why you did certain things or why it's not working or why, just let that shit go. Let it go and just know that whatever is meant to be will come to you in divine timing. And the more you tap into your feminine energy, the more that will come natural to you. I promise you that will come natural. And it's all a byproduct of staying in your feminine energy. Welcome to Rise with Katie Marie. Think of this podcast like sitting down with a friend where we talk about healing, self-discovery, and stepping into the highest version of yourself. I'm Katie, your host and friend on this journey. Together, we'll talk about all the messy and beautiful parts of life, from heartbreak to healing, self-doubt to self-love, and everything in between. If you're looking for a cozy space to feel seen, heard, and inspired, you're in the right place. So, grab a cup of coffee, take a deep breath, and let's rise together. Hello and welcome to another episode of Rise with Katie Marie. We are on video today. Oh my God, this is so weird. I wanted to start filming myself doing these podcast episodes because I find that video is just a lot more fun to watch. I mean, I listen to podcasts when I'm on the go, when I'm driving, and when I'm doing things that I don't want to watch videos for. But I know a lot of you guys like watching videos, and I'm going to start putting these on YouTube. So at least there is some kind of something that you can watch now. I mean, it's literally just me in my office, but it's better than nothing. Do I have all the camera and equipment that I need to film a professional setup? Yes. Am I too lazy to go set all that up right now? Also yes, because I'm filming this episode at 11:35 at night because I'm a night owl and that is when I get my best work done. And I really don't feel like going full production mode and getting all the lighting set up in my room. So you're getting webcam version tonight, and that sounded kind of bad. You're getting my MacBook camera version of me tonight, and that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, it's better than nothing. All right. Anywho, today we are gonna go on a little bit of a reroute. I wasn't planning on talking about this early on in the podcast, but it has been quite the exciting week around here, and I kind of needed to shift gears, and you'll understand why, because there's just been a lot happening behind the scenes, and I figured I'm going to talk about this now while I'm hyped up about it. And yeah, we're going to dive deep into like a whole chapter about it later on, or a whole series, but I figured for now, we're just going to start just kind of talking randomly. I don't really have a game plan for this episode. I'm just kind of letting it be and seeing where we go. And we're just going to kind of go from there. So the topic that I want to talk about with you guys today is the polarity and the differences between masculine energy and feminine energy and what that means, and my journey with reconnecting to my feminine energy and what that's been like for me. And then I have to talk about a crazy exciting project that I just launched this week, and it kind of goes hand in hand with everything. So that is why we're rerouting a little bit, because it's been a very, very exciting time. So with that being said, what is masculine energy and feminine energy? Let's start there. So a lot of people, when they hear the term masculine energy, you think like manly man, or like, I don't know, like dressing like a man, or masculine, or I don't even know what would go correlate with looking masculine. I don't know, like dressing like a man, wearing a suit, I don't know, whatever. Masculine, right? Like you think like big macho masculine. No, that is like presenting as a man, but masculine energy and feminine energy is how you operate. So it has nothing to do with how you look. You don't have to look feminine at all to be in your feminine energy. A lot of men are in their feminine energy and they don't even know. That is a whole other topic for another day. I am very passionate about that. We are going to definitely dive deep into that one. We're going to save that one though. But yeah, like honestly, it's not about the way that you present yourself or how you look. It has nothing to do with the physical and everything to do with the emotional and the mental and just the way you operate day to day. Now, the masculine energy is very doer energy. So it's very go, 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 very goal-driven, goal-oriented, ambitious, logical, planning, has to be in control of everything, has to make sure everything goes to plan, make sure everything is just falling into place as it should, worrying about things, worrying about financials, worrying about business goals if you're a business owner like me, and just trying to control the outcomes of everything, you know, like even down to hearing about something and like having to know why it's happening or what's going on, why it's, like, where is this going to go, instead of just going with the flow. And that's what feminine energy is. It's just go with the flow. So feminine, on the flip side of that, is very just soft energy. It's open to receiving. It's not putting any pressure on the outcomes of anything. It's living in your state of calmness and just whatever happens, happens, and doing things that you love and being creative and being in a flow state and just being like regulated nervous system. Honestly, for me, at least when I'm in my feminine, my nervous system is very regulated. And doing things because you want to, and not doing things because it's like part of a plan or part of a routine, and just being open and loving and very nurturing. And yeah, the feminine energy is just a beautiful thing. And I neglected mine for a very, very long time. And the feminine energy is all about intuition. And once I started trusting my intuition and listening to it and really learning how to listen to it, that was a big thing for me. Just feeling comfortable in my own decisions and trusting my own decisions and my own judgment. That is a huge aspect of the feminine energy, because when you're in your feminine, you're very intuitive and you're trusting your intuition. And that also aids in the go with the flow mentality, right? Like whatever it is, what it is, whatever happens, happens, or somebody leaves your life. It's like, okay, their loss, like that's okay. I'm not going to chase you. That's okay. Like I'm existing as I am, and the right people are going to come find me. And that's the feminine energy, right? So, again, it's not gendered. It's not the way you look. It's not how you physically present yourself. And it's all about the energy that you operate from. Some signs that you're in your masculine energy would be feeling constantly anxious or overwhelmed, or feeling like you can't slow down, struggling to receive compliments, and using productivity to prove your worth. And I fall victim to every single one of those. And that's definitely been one of the biggest struggles in my life. And once I learned how to disconnect from the masculine energy and switch between the masculine energy and the feminine energy, that's when my life changed completely. It's been a journey, and it's only been a journey for the last, I'd say 2 years, maybe 3 years, when I really got a good handle on it. And I'm going to jump into that a little bit later in the episode. But those are definitely some telltale signs that you're stuck in your masculine energy, when you're overwhelmed, you're overworked, and you just feel like you have to keep chasing goals and keep doing things to prove your worth. You don't, almost like you hit a goal, or at least for me, my experience is like I hit a goal and then it's like, okay, cool, but now I need a new goal. Like, okay, I did that one, like I'm on to the next one. Like I never took time to just like appreciate where I was, and to just be thankful for everything that I have accomplished and enjoy what I have accomplished. Like I never gave myself any breaks. I never gave myself time to rest. I never ever had that moment of like, okay, like I did this, I did that, I hit this goal, did that goal. It was like I was constantly chasing the next goal, because I tied my self-worth to my productivity or my success. And that kept me in a very resentful state, a very burnt out state. And I hit burnout many times. And yeah, it took a very long time to recover from that. So if you resonated with any of those, you might be stuck in your masculine energy. I remember the moment vividly when I sat down with my first therapist. Actually, I didn't sit down with him. I was at home. It was COVID. It was lockdown era, so I couldn't really go anywhere. And I had an online appointment with him, and I'm just like, I've been doing all these things, and I have a great life. I have a beautiful life. I have a beautiful home. I have an amazing business, a very successful business. I've hit every goal that I've ever set for myself. I have everything on paper that I've always wanted in my life, yet I feel nothing. I feel nothing. It's like I don't feel happy to do the things that used to make me happy. I don't feel present when I'm doing things that I normally would. And I told him an example back then, like I'd go to concerts, right? And I would tell him like, I go to concerts now, and I'm in the crowd, and normally I feel alive. I feel like just like concerts are like an out of body experience for me. And if you know, like if you're a concert queen, or you just love going to them, like they're like it's like a soul experience. Like it's so much more than just like being at a concert. It's like it actually the closest I feel to like holding my soul and like going inwards, and like it just, I don't know, it hits on such a deep level for me. And I love concerts. Like there's nothing makes me happier than like a sea of people, and like I'm an introvert. Like I don't even really leave my house a lot, but like being in a crowd like that I love, because it's like everybody's singing every lyric to songs that have so much meaning to me, and songs that have gotten me through like such hard times in my life, or happy times, or maybe they remind me of somebody and I'm like in the crowd like weeping. And like I don't know, like music is like such a big important thing to me, and it's my happy place, and I wasn't feeling happy there. Little things like that I used to love to do that just weren't making me feel anything anymore. You know, he kind of looked at me and he's like, Katie, like you're burnt out. And he's like, you are like 100% in burnout. Like, and he was the type of therapist, excuse my lack of knowledge of doctrine terms here, but he was like the level up from like a psychotherapist. He was the one that could diagnose you with things, whatever that therapist is that has like the doctor credentials or whatever. And he diagnosed me with like burnout, like level 5 or whatever the levels are, like whatever the highest level you could be, it was the highest level. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, hey, but I didn't feel burnt out, because like I wasn't really working. Like it was COVID era, it was lockdown era. So like I was doing like a lot of work from home, and like, I don't know, like it was just, I stressed out because like it was a weird time. COVID was a weird time for me. That's a whole other episode. COVID was a really weird time for me. But yeah, I remember thinking like, no, I'm not burnt out. Like I'm not working like crazy hours like I normally do. And he's like, Katie, burnout takes 5 years to recover from. He's like, you've been burnt out for a long time, since you were a wedding photographer, taking on 50 weddings a year and working government jobs on top of that, and doing all the things to the point where I had no life. I'd be up till 5 a.m. editing pictures and like just angry. Like I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I don't want to edit anymore. But then I didn't want to relinquish control, because I didn't trust anybody to edit for me. I felt weird if I like pawned my editing off on other people, because that's like what people hired me for. So I burnt myself out for years, long before COVID. And COVID, it caught up to me, because I've never had that much time to just sit alone with my thoughts, and having months on months of complete solitary confinement. Basically, like I didn't really see anybody or do anything for the first couple months when COVID was like a very scary thing. And having that time to myself really put a lot of things into perspective, and I realized a lot. And looking back, it was a blessing in disguise to have that amount of time to myself, to sit and think about things and figure out where I was in life and why I was so burnt out, and why I was so like just not feeling anything. I felt numb. I felt so numb. And yeah, and then I'm like, okay, well, how do I fix this? And you know, we did a series of things, and he taught me a lot. That therapist was great, and he really did help me get out of burnout. A lot of mindfulness, which I'm gonna save for another episode. I have a really cool thing that he taught me, and it's so simple, and it's so easy, but honestly, it really does help you get out of burnout if you practice it every day. And I did that, and it helped. I don't want to go on too far of a tangent here. This is not a burnout episode. This is a masculine, feminine energy episode. The point I'm trying to make across was I was so heavily in my masculine energy, like chasing the next goal, chasing the next achievement, doing, go, 24/7, that I burnt myself out. And I didn't enjoy things that I normally did, because I wasn't living in my true form of the feminine, which was just receiving and going with the flow and being open to things and enjoying the moment and being present. And I get sad thinking about it, because I didn't know anything about this back then. I thought, no, I'm just a hard worker. I'm just a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a go-getter. Like that's my personality. That's just who I am, right? Like I can't not work. You know, that's just who I am. And then, yeah, I just realized that I wasn't working from a place of passion anymore. And I was working because I had no choice. And I was so behind on editing, and just editing 24/7 and doing all these shoots and all these weddings. And I just had no control over my life at all. I had no social life. I had no time for anybody or anything. I lost some friendships and relationships because all I did was work. And yeah, I don't know. I tied a lot of my self-worth to my success and how many weddings I booked per year and what I could accomplish next. It was a really hard time. And that lasted for years, many years in my career. And I'm happy to report now that I think I've fully recovered from burnout. I usually now I can catch myself when I'm slipping into it, and I know how to pull myself out of it, and I know how to shift between the masculine energy and the feminine energy now. And I'm going to teach you a little bit more about that in a second. But yeah, being able to recognize when I'm in each energy has been a game changer for me, because it allows me to stop the pattern before it turns into burnout and connect back to myself in a way of letting myself know, like, it's okay to rest. It's okay to be in that feminine energy. It's okay to take a day off, and it's okay to enjoy life. And yeah, that's been a big game changer for me. And feminine energy is not a weakness. It's not being passive. It's not like soft energy in a sense of like having no backbone. It's honestly just trusting yourself and feeling safe in your body and trusting yourself fully and being in your power, honestly, like being able to just trust your intuition, be in your power, be in your creative flow, in a flow state. And I find that when I'm creating businesses, or I have an idea, or I'm planning the retreat, yes, part of it is the masculine energy to do it and go, go, go. But the dreamer phase, like the phase that I go into when I have the idea brewing, is in the feminine, because that's my creative flow. And it's like, oh my God, I want to do this, and I want to make people feel good this way, and I want to do this. And like, that's when I allow myself to just go freely and create freely from my heart and from a place of contentment and peace. And just, it's such a beautiful phase to be in. And I love being in the creative flow state. And then like reality creeps in, and it's like, okay, like now I have this idea of the retreat, and like now I got to plan it. So then I shift into the masculine energy. And then I'll go into doer mode, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to look at Airbnbs. I'm going to do this. I'm going to run numbers. I'm going to plan this. Like, what do we need to hit? What am I paying the staff? What am I paying this? What are we budgeting for food? Like, then you go into planner mode. Okay? And that's when my masculine energy comes in handy, because I switch from the dreamer into the doer. And a lot of people don't know how to differentiate the two energies or to switch between them. And you get stuck in one or the other. And having the polarity as a business owner and someone with a lot of ideas that executes a lot of ideas, you need to be able to switch on and off, because your ideas are not going to come from the masculine energy state. You're going to create ideas in that headspace that are very logically driven, financially driven. It would be like, hey, what are we going to hit for sales? Let's do this. We got to hit this. Where when I'm planning retreats, or I'm planning a healing circle, or I'm launching my journal, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, that is so from a feminine flow state. And it's like, I don't care financially what I'm making. I don't care how many people show up. Like, I'm doing it from like my heart, honestly. And like, then when I switch into the masculine, that's when the financial comes into play. And that's when I start running numbers. So, that's been a big game changer for me, at least with my ideas and my business. And one other big misconception that people have about feminine energy and masculine energy is that feminine energy is like, you have to be soft and pretty and wear dresses and have your hair done, have your makeup done, and like have your nails done. Like, no. Like, you literally could be like a badass biker chick and like be fully in her feminine energy. Like, it is truly just energy. You can be sensual, soft, feminine, and you can also be spicy. Okay. You can lead, you can speak up, and you can make money without altering your softness, like there's so many ways to be able to operate from the feminine, but if it doesn't come natural to you, it's a very hard thing to default into. And even me now, I'm still learning how to feel comfortable operating from the feminine, because being in the masculine is all I ever knew. It's all I ever knew. And for me, I come from a family of entrepreneurs. Both my parents were, my brother is, and we all have that like little drive and passion in us. That's like, I love to create ideas and create a business. Like, we hype each other up all the time with our businesses. I'm very much like my dad. He has a new business idea like every day, and we will like be on the phone for 2 hours, like talking about business ideas, and like, we love it. So I come from a family that like, we celebrate success a lot, because we're all very passionate about it. And that kept me in my masculine energy a lot because it just kept me in like, okay, like I hit this goal, like I'm on to the next one now, like that's how we bonded. And yeah, so for me, it was just default for so long to be in that energy, in that headspace. And learning to connect to my feminine, honestly, was a very weird experience for me. And I think the first time I really felt in my feminine would be, what year would that have been? 2021, I think, or 2022. We were just coming out of COVID era. We were just coming out of the lockdowns, and I was finally able to like go out and do things again and like go to restaurants and like see my friends. And I was taking care of myself. I was eating healthy. I was in a good headspace. I was working out. I was just in a really good place. And I was just so go with the flow. Like we did a little girls trip to Montreal, and I remember just feeling on top of the world out there. And I was like, I am putting no pressure on myself. At the time I was single, I was like, I'm just living life. Like I'm happy. I'm not putting pressure. I don't care. I don't care what happens. Like I'm here. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying this girls trip. I had this like newfound zest for life after being locked in the house for so long with COVID. And I just appreciated the little things again. And I started to do a lot of work, spiritually, mentally, big on my like therapy journey through COVID, and big journaling, practice I got into, and just really connecting to myself and coming home to myself. And I did that literally in solitary confinement in the pandemic. And that time to just be alone with my thoughts, journal them out, figure out who I was, figure out what was blocking me from getting to my feminine energy, figuring out why I lived in the masculine. That was a big thing for me. And it goes way, way, way deeper. I'm not going to get into that on this episode. But through therapy and through my own journaling revelations, I learned a lot about myself and why I operated from that energy primarily. And it went deep. It went real deep. So having that time to journal and be alone and just sift through all of my thoughts and feelings and just come home to myself, I really did. And I was honestly the happiest I've ever been. That summer was amazing for me. I was healthy. I was eating healthy. I felt so good. I remember that was the first time in years, 7, 8 years, that I just felt good again and not burnt out and happy. And I was embodying the feminine in the truest form. And it's true when they say, like, when you're not looking for things, that's when it happens. Like I ended up in a relationship that year and I wasn't looking for it. And like, it came to me from my energy. And he was like, the minute you walked in, like your energy, like I noticed your energy right away. It's like, it's an energy shift, and people notice it in you. Yeah, my friends noticed it. They're like, you're different, but like in the best way. Like you feel free, or you seem very free. And I'm like, I am. I honestly am. And then I got busy again with work. Boudoir blew up, and I was doing all these things, and we were fully booked out with boudoirs. And then I started to get into burnout a little bit more, started to get back into masculine energy again. But thankfully, with all the work that I've done, I know how to pull myself out of it. And journaling and reconnecting to myself has been a very, very big reason for that too. Yeah, with that being said, I guess I'm just gonna get the cat out of the bag. I did something, and if you're watching me on video right now, I'm about to hold it up, but I created a journal, and it's very special to me. It's near and dear to my heart. It's called Awaken, and it is a 100-day journey to reconnect to your feminine energy. And like I said, the only way I was able to get myself out of burnout, to reconnect to myself on a deep level, to come home to myself and to my true feminine form, was through journaling and therapy and self-reflection. And I really want to help other women do the same. And I've put so much love and energy into this, and contrary to what I just talked about, and I know I just said, like the go, the doer, the chasing after goals, doing all these things. I know that sounds very contradicting for what I said is being in the feminine. However, this project stemmed from a season of rest, a season of slowness, and a season of letting my creativity just flow. I've been in a flow state since January, and it hasn't shut off because I have been taking care of myself. I've been working out. I've been eating healthy. I've been in a very good place spiritually, mentally, physically. And that is keeping me in my feminine. And I created the journal, and I had zero expectations on anything going as big as it has. Honestly, I made it just so I could like share it with a couple clients that told me they were struggling with tapping into their feminine energy. And I thought maybe like my friends and family would buy a couple copies to make me feel better about myself. And we just, honestly, here we go. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. We just hit number 9 on the Amazon bestsellers chart for journals. And I can't even fathom, like within 72 hours of launching my journal, we hit number 9 on the charts. Because what that says to me is I'm not alone in this journey. And there's a lot of women out there. Oh my God, I'm like literally tearing up saying this. There's a lot of women out there that struggle with living in their masculine because they've had no choice but to. And I see you, and I hold space for you. And I know how hard it is to undo everything you know and learn how to be a completely different version of yourself when you've been forced to be in that masculine energy, doer state, and the overachiever and the person that just gets shit done. And if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And you burn yourself out. And I see you and I feel you. And your responses to this journal has shown me that this is a huge, huge issue that women are not even aware that they have. Because I wasn't. And honestly, being able to learn about it and find myself on that deep level has changed how I interact with people. It's changed how I view relationships. It's changed my opinion on who I allow into my life. It changed my opinion on appreciating the little things and not just chasing after goal after goal after goal after goal. And just letting things be and being present and enjoying the moment and just letting things flow. And the minute you do that and you shift into that energy, like, is when the most beautiful things in your life truly do happen. When we're sitting in circle, I host women's circles at my studio now. And when we are sitting in circle, all of us, we come in usually in our masculine energy because we're all stressed out, right? Like, the other day, a couple of the girls, like, they almost got in an accident getting there. They were all flustered and they're all like, heavy in their like anxiety. And like, I was running late that day. And actually it was the day that my journal launched or like the day after. And I was getting all these messages and I'm like, I don't want to leave my desk. Like, I'm in work mode right now. Like, I want to message people back. Like, I want to do things. I need to take videos. I need to like do all these marketing things. I need to get this website up. And like, I was big time in my masculine, right? And like, I was kind of angry because I'm like, I don't want to go do circle right now. Because like, I don't want to break my focus. I'm in such a good focus right now. And then we all get to circle, overwhelmed. And then the minute we start like meditating, talking, and just it's like I can feel the energy come down and we all come back down. We all get grounded and we all tap back into our feminine energy to the point where we are just feeling so at peace and in a flow state. And that's when the emotions start happening. That's when breakthroughs start happening. You learn so many things about yourself. And that's what meditation and journaling and being able to reconnect to yourself will do. It will bring you back down to reality. It'll make you face some hard shit. Sometimes you have to feel feelings that you really don't want to feel, but that's part of the feminine. The feminine is very emotional, very. And the feminine is free to feel her emotions. As women, especially, like we're made to be emotional beings, and our emotions are such a beautiful thing. They allow us to love. They allow us to feel things. They allow us to nurture. If you're a mother, they allow you to have that like motherly instinct because your emotions are so strong. And they allow you to feel things deeply and create passion projects like my journal from the heart. And emotions are such a beautiful thing. But learning how to not let them take over and lead your life is also equally as important. That's, and again, been another big journey that I've been on as well. So anywho, little tangent there, but yeah, my journal, thank you to everybody that purchased it. I hope you're enjoying the journey back to yourself. And if you haven't, I'm going to have everything linked in the show notes of this episode. So feel free to grab your own copy. It is on Amazon. And yeah, I'm flipping through it right now. And like one of the questions, day 25, what is my relationship with my intuition? Do I trust it or do I second guess myself? And I second guessed myself for a very long time. whether it was going through a breakup where it was unexpected and I put a lot of the blame on, like, did I do something wrong? Like, am I the problem? Like, what happened? Like, trying to figure out why he would do certain things or why I did certain things and trying to find the answer to everything instead of just letting it be and letting it just, it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be and it's okay. Like, something better is coming along. That's the feminine. But when you're in your masculine, you're like, I need to know what's happening. Like, I got to figure this out. I have to, like, logical. Your logical brain, like, never shuts off. And that will exhaust you. I can speak from experience. That will exhaust you, okay? So honestly, come to the feminine. I know they say, like, come to the dark side, but, like, come to the soft side because nothing will faze you when you're in that flow state. And now I approach things when I am in my feminine energy, that it is what it is. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. And I'm open to receiving, I am single right now and I'm not looking for anything because I'm just allowing it to be. If it'll be, it'll be. If it happens, it happens. I'm not putting pressure on myself because of my age. I'm not trying to hit that goal by a certain time. Sure, in your 30s, most of your friends are married with kids or doing something. And I'm like, you know what? That's not my timeline. That's okay. It's all right. I thought I'd be there by now, but it's not. And it's okay. That's the flow, right? Like, just letting it be. It is what it is. And whatever's meant to be will happen in due time and divine timing, and just relinquishing control and trusting my intuition that when I do meet the right person, I'll know. And until then, I'm content just doing my own thing. I'm content in my own little world and just helping other women and not putting pressure on myself for the outcome of anything. And even when I did go on dates and I was very much in my feminine energy at that point, if it didn't work, it didn't work. I wouldn't sit there and, like, beat myself up about it and be like, oh my God, like, does he not like me? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I just go into it like, I'm here to just, enjoy a good time. And, like, all right, let's go out for a date and see how it goes. And if it goes somewhere, great. If not, okay, like, that's all right. It wasn't meant to be. And that brings me so much peace because I used to overanalyze everything. I used to try to fix myself or problem solve back in the logical brain. I'd be like, okay, like, but why? Like, why didn't we go on that second date? Like, it was something about me. Like, is it my hair? Is it the way that I look? Is it what I wore? Is it what I said? And then I'd, like, replay my whole conversation over, right? And, like, I don't do that anymore. I'm just me. Okay. I'm a little quirky. I'm a little interesting. In the best way, like, I'm very funny. I am very loving. I have a huge heart. Oh my God, I have a huge heart. Like, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. I have a very big heart. I feel things very deeply. I like doing a lot of things. I like hobbies. I like going places. I like learning things. I love concerts. I love music. And I'm just me. And that's it. If you like it, you like it. If not, that's okay. There's people out there for you. And, like, for all my women out there that are, going through the dating process or beating yourselves up after every single date that you go out on, trying to overanalyze why you did certain things or why it's not working or what, just why, just let that shit go, let it go. And just know that whatever is meant to be will come to you in divine timing. And the more you tap into your feminine energy, the more that will come natural to you. I promise you that will come natural. And it's all a byproduct of staying in your feminine energy. We're getting a little long with this episode, so I'm going to wrap it up shortly. However, I just want to go over a couple things that have helped me with my journey back to my feminine energy. And that's just been embodiment. Oh my God, I can never say this word properly. Embodiment practices. So just kind of reminding myself, checking in throughout the day, like, okay, like, what's my energy right now? Like, what am I feeling? Am I overwhelmed? Am I overstimulated? Am I overworked? Am I taking on too many things? Am I giving myself enough time to rest? That's a huge thing for connecting to my feminine, as I need to prioritize time to rest, give myself days off, give myself days to just enjoy life and do things and just not be hard on myself and not stick to a plan all the time. I try not to work on weekends. Sometimes I do if we have, like, a big launch happening or we have something important that we need to do. But otherwise, my weekends are my time to just decompress and do my own thing and just see friends and go out and do things. So scheduling time to relax and be present and just shut your brain off from life and responsibilities and work and just chill. That's a huge thing for me, something I always struggled with because I always felt the need to be busy or to be productive or do things. And now, like, productivity is rest, like you are being productive when you're resting because you are allowing yourself that recharge time. And you can't be a good business owner or a good mom or a good partner or wife or whatever if you're not pouring into your own cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you're not giving yourself that time to rest, it's not just, you're not going to be at full potential. And I've learned that giving myself those rest days is being incredibly productive, especially in a business sense, because it allows me to be a better boss, a better business owner, a better photographer, a better friend. So allowing rest days and scheduling them in. If I need to literally schedule it in my calendar, I will. Like putting it in and just saying like, no, like today's my day to like just do nothing. So that's helped me a lot. I already touched on it, but journaling's been number one for me. Honestly, I have so many thoughts going on in my little noggin at all times. Those who know me know, like I have a new hobby every week. Like I love to learn things. I love to learn things. I like have a video going at all times, just learning like new skills. I love it. So my brain is just like constantly in like knowledge mode. I'm just like learning things all the time. And journaling helps me take all my thoughts and like put it on paper, get it out, and then like analyze it. And like that's been a big thing for me. So with my journaling practices, like I kind of just let the pen go and I'm like, I'll write down whatever comes up, whatever I'm feeling that day, whatever I need to get out or like think about. And then like I'll go back and read it. And then I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Or like sometimes halfway through a sentence, I'll have that little revelation of like, I'm feeling this way because I haven't given myself a day off to rest and I probably should do that. Like you have these little revelations. And for me, journaling is just a great way to do that. So journaling's been a huge help. Feminine rituals. Oh my God. Dance, guys, dance, movement, dance. Cannot stress to you how important it is to dance or move and just be present in your body, whether it's yoga, whether it's honestly, I think dance because you're connecting to music. And if it's music that you're passionate about, it's like a whole other experience. And just being able to just move and like connect to the feminine. I actually, that summer I was telling you about when I did the little Montreal trip and I was feeling really good. I also started doing like heels dancing classes. If you've been following me for a while, you probably remember that. Also, if you hear snoring in the background, sorry, Benji's under my desk and he's snoring very loud right now. Sorry if you hear him, but I did a heels dancing class and that was like a really, really amazing experience for me. It really helped me connect back to my confidence, made me feel completely in my feminine. I felt just powerful and like, oh, it was a really cool experience. I loved it so much. I just don't have a lot of time to like commit to like a long dance thing, or else I would have done it more. Cause the commitment was hard. Like we had to go every week for like 12, 13 weeks. And like I was in the busiest season of my work and it was hard. So if I had a little bit more time, I would do it more often, but I love it. I love dancing. I've always loved dancing I love to salsa. I love reggaeton so much. Oh my God. I love Spanish music so much. I love it. And when I put on my Spanish beats, I like go to like an alter ego. I love it so much. So listening to my favorite songs and like just connecting and being in that flow state and just like letting myself move to the beat of the music, that really helps me reconnect to my feminine. And actually, if I'm having a hard day or I'm realizing that I am in my masculine, I'll put on my favorite song. I'll put on my headphones and I just dance around my kitchen and it brings me back to life. I honestly, if I need an instant mood booster or I have an important thing that I want to be high energy for, I always put music on and I move and I dance to it because it just helps me get into that flow. Especially the other night when I did my Divine Feminine theme circle. I have my Divine Feminine playlist, which I'll link that in the show notes as well. I have my Divine Feminine energy playlist that I like to listen to with all my feel good feminine energy songs on there. And I put that on when I was getting ready and I'm like, okay, I gotta go lead the circle. The circle is Divine Feminine theme. So I gotta be in my feminine. I'm like, what's the easiest way for me to get there? Music. So movement, dance, big. That's why we always do dance things at all of my retreats. We love to do dance. Like dance instructors have them come in and do a little routine with you because it's such a good way to connect to the feminine. We love it. So that's really helped me. Oh, and cycle tracking as well. Learning, this one big for all my women out there that are listening. Learning to track your cycle. I've been doing it for years. Probably, oh my goodness, 2018, 19, 20, like 8 years. And yes, I had to count that out on my hand. I'm really not good with math, okay? Mental math, not my thing. Not my thing. I'm okay with numbers, but if I have a calculator, mental math, hell no. So if you're watching video, you saw me literally just count it out on my fingers. But for like a solid 8 years, I've been very big into like cycle tracking and just figuring out like what stage of your cycle you're on and like letting yourself rest when you need to. And there's different phases of the cycle. I'm not going to get into that right now. I will save that for another episode. It's a great idea for an episode. But I don't push myself on the weeks that my energy is very low or my estrogen is very low. And learning to track your cycle that way is really going to connect you back to your body. You're going to learn the cues of your body and you're going to learn what it needs when it needs it. So for example, tonight, I was craving some ice cream. And I've been so good for weeks. Like I've pretty much cut sugar from my diet for the most part. And I was like, no, like tonight's the night. I'm doing it. And I listen to my body's cues because I know that that week is approaching. And if it's approaching, I allow myself that grace period. And I kind of tell myself like every month that week where the cravings are intense, I'm going to let them happen. And I'm not going to restrict myself. Yes, I had some ice cream tonight. And you know what? I kind of feel like shit, honestly. Cutting out sugar and then eating it, I actually do not really feel good right now, but I don't feel guilty for doing that because you know what? That's what my body wanted. And I let her have it. I let her have her little sugar fix tonight and that's okay. Moderation, right? But learning the cues of your body, and I allow myself to take a little breather when I'm in that low energy, just craving everything week. And I don't fight against it. I work with it. Also, another massive thing that helped me connect to my feminine energy was just letting go of the guilt around resting and receiving. I was always, especially with relationships, oh my God, I was always in that energy of, I don't need a man. I can do it myself. I had a lot of trust issues. I didn't think that anybody could take care of me in a way, like receiving help or love from somebody. And I was like, no, I don't need anybody. Like, I'm good. I'm an independent woman. Like, I don't need no man, And now I realize that men are amazing. Men are awesome. And we do need men. I need men, definitely. Definitely. Not from like a provider standpoint, just from a sense of like men are awesome. Men being men and men like in their healthy masculine and when you are in your healthy feminine is like unstoppable duo. You could take on the world. Truly you can take on the world. So I'm not one of those people, even though I empower women for a living and I uplift women and I tell everybody like, hell yeah, like women empowerment, like I still believe that yes, we do need men. Men are awesome. Men are amazing. And I no longer sit here and say like, I don't need a man. I can do everything myself, blah, blah, blah. No, like so I do need one for a lot of different reasons. And I'm not afraid to admit that. It's okay. And I respect men that are in their healthy masculine. And there's nothing more attractive than a man in his masculine energy that like just embodies the masculine energy, who embodies the doer mentality or the planner, or the don't worry about this, Katie, like I got it, like, or I planned something for us tonight, like don't worry about it, like be ready at 7. It's like, oh my God, like I'm sorry, what? Like, okay, like melts me, like just because when I'm so used to being in my masculine energy for work, having a man in his masculine energy allows me to soften into my feminine. And I don't know if you've ever seen the posts about people out there, you see them all the time where it's like, he allows me to soften into my feminine. It's true. It's true. I felt that dynamic before. It's a real thing. And when you're with the right person, and you are more of a masculine energy woman, learning to tap back into her feminine, being with the right man will bring you into the feminine. And it's so beautiful there. It's like, oh my God, like I'm open to receiving things. And like, yes. And then like you turn into that nurturer and it's like, I want to do nice things for you. Cause like you keep me in that like happy flow state. Kind of like when I'm writing my journal, I'm in my flow state and I'm like, I love this. I want to help all my women out there. Like you just want to do things from like the goodness of your heart because they keep you in that feminine energy. And I've been in dynamics where they kept me heavily in my masculine energy because I felt like their mother more than their girlfriend. And that is not good. And I run from that now. I used to find myself in that dynamic quite often. And now, nope. I will gladly soften with the right man if he is healthily is that even a word? Not really. If he's in his healthy masculine, for sure. So again, letting go of the guilt of receiving and letting yourself be open to receiving, whether it is from a relationship or it's just from anything, friends, family, whatever, work, like receiving a job offer, receiving like anything, like being open to receiving and knowing like I deserve that. Okay. Like knowing your worth and knowing I deserve to feel soft and feminine, and just knowing that even though we can do it ourselves, you don't have to. You don't have to. And also letting go of the guilt around resting. That is a big thing too. Like I said earlier, I never really gave myself days off when I was heavily in business mode or when I was an overworked, burnt out entrepreneur, wedding photographer. I never gave myself days off. Dating, good luck. Like I was barely able to date because like I worked every weekend. And then during the week I did like engagement shoots, and then I edited all week till like 3 a.m. And I couldn't see any friends, family. I missed a lot of my family events. I missed out on so many things. I never gave myself a day off ever. And I don't do that anymore. I let go of the guilt around resting, and I allow myself to rest, and I give myself that time to rest. Even with the retreats this year that we have planned, I have purposely given me and my team the week off after so we can rest. And that would be unheard of for me. Like old Katie, hell no. Hell no. I'd be like, oh my God, that's like a week of sessions I could be taking on. No, rest is important. Retreats are a lot of work. They're a lot of mental work. They're a lot of physical work, and you need that rest time. So we will not be doing anything that week after. And I'm booking spa days for us on the way home, and just being able to prioritize rest. So important. So important. So just let go of the guilt of receiving and let go of the guilt of resting. And yeah, you'll be in a really good place, because those two things held me captive for a very long time. I missed out on good opportunities, good relationship opportunities also, because I was so heavily in, I'm good. Like I can do it myself. Like, I don't need you. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to allow people to help you, and it's okay to receive the love that other people are trying to give you. And, yeah, that's a hard concept when you're not used to it. So again, we'll save that for another episode too. But those are my top things that help me reconnect to my feminine. I could go on forever. Those are just the main ones. Again, this is something I'm so passionate about, and I'm going to have a lot of other things coming around the feminine, masculine energy dynamic in the near future. I was going to save this for another series, but honestly, I might do it a little quicker now, because from the feedback that I've gotten from you guys from buying the journal, I think this is an issue that a lot of you do struggle with. And I think that while you're journaling and while you guys all have your copy of Awaken, I'm going to bump these episodes up a little further. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here. And if you resonated with things that I said in this episode, I actually have a link on my website, in the show notes, I have a link to my website where you can take my free quiz that I created to figure out if your feminine energy is blocked, and you can answer a series of questions. It'll let you know where you stand, if you lean more towards the masculine or if you lean more towards the feminine. And then you can also purchase a copy of Awaken while you're on there too. It has a link to it right underneath. And I honestly, this passion project of mine has stemmed from a practice that changed my life. It brought me home. It really brought me home. And I was blocked for so long. My feminine energy was completely blocked, and I neglected her. And I'm sorry to that side of me that I didn't feel worthy enough to embody that energy, and felt the need to be in my masculine energy. So that's why I created Awaken. That's why it is something so near and dear to my heart, because honestly, it saved me. And now I want to save you. So grab your copy of Awaken. Again, it'll be linked in the show notes, or you can take the free quiz to find out if you are blocking your feminine energy. And if you are in the Ontario area listening to this right now and you want to dive even deeper on your healing journey, come join us at a retreat. We have 2 retreats happening this year. We have one May 29th to June 2nd near Wasaga Beach area. And then we have one in the fall, November 6th to the 10th in Blue Mountain area. And I would love to have you join us. We go heavily into these topics, and it's a big weekend of tapping into your feminine energy. It's almost like the main focus of the entire weekends. If that's something you want, and you also want some sisterhood and real, like, human in-person connections to go through this journey with, definitely look into our women's retreats. We would love to have you there. And other than that, just keep following along, because this is the first of many conversations we're going to have about this. And if you are a woman that has been stuck in her masculine energy, unsure of why or how, and craving to connect back to that feminine version of herself and live in that feminine energy, and maybe you're single and you want to attract that healthy masculine partner, I am here to help you. And it's going to be a wild journey, but it's going to be so worth it, I promise. And you can come out on the other side. You can heal. You can heal from burnout if you're going through burnout as well. It's a long process, but it's doable. And I promise when you learn to tap into that energy, you're going to just feel so at peace, a peace that you didn't even know could exist. So thank you for hanging out with me for the last hour or so. We're almost at an hour. And thank you for listening to another episode of the podcast. I'm so excited to see where this goes. Welcome to my video journey now, if you were watching on YouTube. And yeah, let the show begin. We're about to dive the hell into the feminine energy. I can't wait to bring you along for the journey. So I will see you guys in the next episode.